Motion and a second for Letitia Smith for one full term. Any comments or questions? All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
And then for the second full term, I would like to nominate Frost Rollins.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second for Frost Rollins. Any comments or questions? All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries.
So that would then leave the supernumerary then that we would need to repost.
Yes, we'll re-advertise starting tomorrow and try to push applications a little bit into the following week and see if we can get somebody prior to the next council meeting.
Thank you.
And we certainly thank Ms. White's service to the city of Auburn, 2 partial terms and 1 full term, and appreciate everything she's done. Okay, any questions on tonight's agenda for the city manager?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Megan, first off, I'd like to thank you and your staff specifically, Ms. Edge and Ms. Mose, for the presentation last week. I thought it was, with regard to the proposed business license amendment, thought it was very thorough. It was very helpful. Also wanted to say that over the past month, it's become clear to me that the best path forward would be to revise that amendment to specifically address the city's ability to revoke a business license for failure to pay or remit taxes and or licensure fees. I believe that this would remove much of the concern about the broadness and the lack of specificity in the proposed amendment while still allowing our city government to operate efficiently and effectively. I've requested that you assist me in revising an amendment, and I plan to propose that on the 17th. Once I receive a copy of the revised amendment, then it's my intent to have you distribute that to the rest of the council. Hopefully that can be done later this week. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you first contacted me in early November about this right after you got seated, and we've had dialogue back and forth, as I have with several other council members. So I've been working with our legal team as well as our finance department on that amendment. I expect to have something for your review, and if that's what you intended and so ask, I'll share it with the rest of the council as soon as possible.
All right, thank you very much.
I do want to remind you, though, that amendment would not appear with the next agenda item. This item comes back on January 17th. An amendment, to be official, has to be made during council business during the meeting. So if you do intend to propose that, we'll have that prepared to put up on the screen at the time and distribute accordingly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. City manager, any questions for us or any changes on the agenda for us?
None whatsoever. We have a pretty short agenda, and we will, and quickly, I know we have just a minute until we start the regular meeting. Much went on with our response over the freezing temperatures over the holidays. You saw in your weekly news. We're going to have a lot more to say about that at the next meeting and be recognizing large teams of people who definitely are committed to serving the public as we do, especially in their time of need, and spend a lot of time away from their families doing what we do best, which is taking care of our citizens. And so we'll be recognizing some folks at the next meeting, and we'll have a little more to say about it, but I wanted to give you some awareness in your weekly news.
Well, they did an outstanding job, and myself and the city manager were talking about this today, and with the advent of our inclement weather, she asked me to hold my comments for 2 weeks from now, and I'll be happy to do that as we celebrate the great work of our men and women that helped us get through a trying time during the holidays. All right. Anything else from the council? Is there a move to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, we'll adjourn the committee of the whole, and it is past 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and call to order the regular council meeting for January the 3rd, 2023. And Lindsay, if you'll please call the roll.
Adams,
Here?
Koblenz,
Here.
Dawson,
Here.
Griswold, Mormon,
Here.
Parsons,
Here.
Taylor,
Here.
Witten,
Here.
Anders.
Here. Mr. Griswold is under the weather and not with us here tonight. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then still remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is the first meeting of the year and the first meeting of the month, and we'll begin with the Employee of the Month video.
We're proud to introduce you to our January Employee of the Month. I have a memorandum here from Alfred Davis, the Community Service Director for the City of Auburn. I'm honored to nominate LaQuetta Ware, Facility Server Worker, Community Services, as Employee of the Month for the month of January. She began her employment with the city in March of 2015 and transitioned from the Parks and Rec Department to the Community Services team during the city's reorganization in 2018. LaQuetta is reliable, passionate about her work, and constantly offers suggestions on improving the appearance of the Boykin Community Center complex. She is one of the first to arrive every morning to prepare the complex to welcome parents, children, seniors, the Boykin Fitness Center, and the Boykin Gymnasium users, tenants, and team members. LaQuetta's work ethic and meticulous attention to detail create a clean and healthy atmosphere. The public and city staff frequently compliment the cleanliness of the Boykin Community Center complex. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, LaQuetta focused on maintaining a sanitary and clean environment at the Boykin Community Center complex, and it significantly contributed to limited positive cases on site. LaQuetta maintains a friendly, positive, and responsive customer service attitude in a constantly changing environment. She approaches new assignments, whether setup, breakdown, or cleanup for special events, enthusiastically and without complaining. LaQuetta enthusiastically greets guests and assists Boykin's visitors. Integrity, trust, responsibility, and quality work are among her traits. For these reasons and many others, I believe LaQuetta Ware deserves recognition as the Employee of the Month. Congratulations. We're proud of you.
Okay, congratulations to LaQuetta. Appreciate all of her great work for the city of Auburn, all of these other employees who have been with the city. We appreciate everything they've done. You might have recognized one of those photos there, and certainly we are proud of our city manager and thank you for 25 years of serving your city. And we wish Ms. Hoyette the very best in her retirement as well. I know Auburn University does not have a representative with us here tonight, so we'll begin with the citizens' communications on items on tonight's agenda. If you'd like to speak to the city council about anything that's on the agenda tonight, please come forward, and we ask that you give us your name and address for the record, and you'll have 5 minutes. Okay, no one. We'll move ahead to city manager's communications.
Mayor, item 7A, the Rebuild Alabama Act requires that the city engineer provide a detailed written report to the municipal governing body at its first meeting in January each year. The report for fiscal year 2022 is in your packet and will be attached to the minutes and posted for public review. While there is no action necessary, I'm happy to report that during fiscal year 2022, the city received $468,837.25 in revenues and applied those funds to the following projects: Renew Opelika Road Phase 4 and Coxwire Roundabout. As you well know, these funds are helpful and offset costs, but don't nearly cover the costs of such projects. So if you're ready for the consent agenda, does any council member wish to remove an item from the consent agenda and deal with that item individually?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I need to pull off 8B1.
Okay, 8B1. Anyone else? Okay, Ms. City Manager, we'll go ahead and start with 8B1.
Item 8B1 is a request from MT 2535 for a license agreement that allows an airspace encroachment into the right-of-way for an air exhaust system located at the back of Magnolia Plaza, or you can call it the north side of 145 East Magnolia Avenue, that encroaches into the southern property line of the Gay Street Municipal Parking Deck. In essence, it hangs over the sidewalk.
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Max, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, sir, I just need to abstain from voting on this issue tonight.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the council?
Just some confusion that I still have. You said it hangs over the sidewalk,
It does.
but is it in front of the building or behind the
It's
building?
behind the building, so
That confuses me.
Magnolia Plaza fronts Magnolia Avenue, and behind it is an alleyway that is got a pedestrian bridge that crosses up above over it and is attached to our municipal parking deck. There are existing, there's a picture in your packet of vent hoods there now, but they're flush to the building. This one protrudes out several inches, and it's above, it's not, you're not gonna hit your head on it. It's much taller, Mr. Cummings. It's how many feet up?
10 feet.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, the maximum is 10. It's nearly 7 feet at the building.
And this is an exhaust fan where, based on what, we really want to welcome Stack's Pancake Kitchen to the space. There was some confusion when the previous tenant left that the space was not filled. It was filled because the property had been sold and purchased for someone else. They looked at other exhaust systems, but to meet code and the volume of things that they're doing, they must have this type. If they wait for some different type, it would be 9+ months in fabrication and would slow down their opening. So staff has been working with them for quite a while to get this done, and we feel this is the best solution at this time. Should this particular restaurant not occupy the space anymore, that vent hood will have to go away, and they'll have to do a different style of one. But this is a testament to our staff trying to work to get a business open, and the business owners have worked hard to try to find a solution, and they were more than willing to buy something that didn't do this, but 9-month delay is not acceptable in the staff's opinion.
Will this be a permanent solution?
Yes, it'll remain there as long as Stacks is in operation. And we have them all over the back of these buildings. If you walk around the corner, you see them behind both Taco Mama. They have a different vent hood system, but also Draft House and others. You see them throughout the downtown.
Any other questions? All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the balance of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the consent agenda is approved. Resolutions.
All right, as we have no ordinances this evening, we'll move to resolutions. Item 10A authorizes the purchase of a public safety training tower from WHP Training Towers in the amount of $347,903. This tower will be installed at the new Public Safety Training Center.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions from the council?
Just one. This, I believe, is going to, I'm excited about it. I think we're all excited about this facility. We're looking forward very much to providing this for the police and the fire department, or the fire department and the police, I should say. I guess we'll be setting this thing on fire and learning how to rappel up and down it. Am I correct so far?
Mr. Register.
Yes, this actually is not the burn building. This is the drill tower where they will actually do maneuvers where they carry hoses up and practice doing, ladder movement and exiting the tower to a ladder, doing those kinds of things. The burn building would be a separate structure that would be at a later point in another phase.
Okay. This is also for the police department, is that right?
Absolutely. They'll be able to do rappelling from the tower as the SWAT team and sort of do those kinds of things. And then, maneuvers, there's walls that can be put on and taken off for them to do movement inside and outside of the building. So,
Well, we've all seen on TV, forgive me for asking this, where they have a facility set up for live fire, or at least simulated live fire. Is this going to have anything like that?
again, this particular piece of equipment will not necessarily be for the burn building part of it. This will, they'll
No,
have
I'm
some-
sorry. When I say fire, I meant guns. I meant bullets.
No, this is not. No, all of the firing is done at the police
Okay.
department firing range, which is not this location.
Not laser, not anything.
They will not be doing firing of equipment.
So it's just repelling for the most part.
There's, for this, yes, it's mostly repelling, and then again, the fire department's use will be, going up and down the ladders, taking hoses up and down, practicing spraying, using the ladders to go in and out of the structure, practicing those movements.
We're excited.
There's also a draft pit, a burn building. We've got apparatus bays for the training building itself where they can run obstacle courses and do all kinds of things, both for testing and for training. So there's much more. There's multiple pieces of equipment and multiple phases in this facility.
Thank you very much.
But the cost is only for this particular item?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And yeah, this is budgeted, and you'll see in the capital improvement plan, there's laid out over a multi-year period, all the equipment needed for this facility.
Yep, good. All right, any other questions? Very excited about this facility. All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries.
Those are all the items of business we have on the agenda this evening.
Okay. I presume the weather's okay. We'll keep pushing forward. At this time, we'll open up for citizens' open forum. If you'd like to address the city council, please come forward and give us your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to speak to the city council.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I hope your holidays brought you closer to your families and your friends. It did me. It was a wonderful holiday. I'm excited about the 2023 season. I think that you 9 members will be kind of the birth of a great council. I believe this council will be different than the past, because I believe for the last many decades, they relied too heavily on the mayor and the city manager and the city bureaucrats. But I think you'll rely more on your constituents and the people in your ward, and I believe that that will make you much better in general. In 2 weeks, you'll be voting on this ordinance that deals with the revoking of business license. It was originally on the consent agenda in October of 2022. Why? Maybe just to slide it by, or just to have maybe not. But I have a bigger question. What is the real purpose of this business revocation ordinance? Mayor or Megan, is there another real reason than the things that have been stated? Because I feel like there is, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think we've done an excellent job of explaining the purpose of this in the number of our meetings, including our presentation. I think the council has a clear understanding of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Okay. I don't, but, I thought the presentation, I'd have to disagree with you, Tyler, but I apologize about that. I thought it was a bad presentation with such a competent staff. I felt like the presentation didn't give me much information. It didn't answer any of my two of my questions I think it kind of answered, but I was told that they would answer all the questions, but it did not do that. And I thought it was bad in sense, and I probably shouldn't use this type thing, but the word bad in the dictionary is poor quality or low standards. Substandard, the adjective, inferior, second rate, unsatisfactory,
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, I'm through.
You've downgraded our staff. You've called them bureaucrats. Now you're saying that their presentation is bad. That's enough. Okay? If you'd like to speak to us, speak to us. Okay? We're all up here prepared to listen to you. And you can have about 25 more seconds left.
Okay, I appreciate it. Council members, how many of you have had people coming to you wanting this ordinance? How many? 50, 40, 20, 30, 3? Probably 0. I doubt if anybody wants this ordinance that's coming up next council meeting. I seriously doubt it. Who will the ordinance affect? Will it affect Walmart? Will it affect Northcutt Realty? I remember being here in the 70s and being at Dexter Arms in 224. So, or the businessman like, say, Charles Pick or somebody. No, it won't affect them. It will affect the small business owner. This ordinance will take the responsibility off the city and it will put it on the small business. Mayor, maybe the best thing we'd do is just get the
Give him 20 more seconds.
25. You said 25.
I did. I'll give you 25.
Thank you. Mayor, maybe you should have called Governor Ivey and said there was an emergency here, that 2 businesses out of 6,100 needed to be surrounding the business so that no customer could get in there. Am I being silly? Yes. That's how silly I think this ordinance is. Vote no on the revocation of a business license at the next council meeting. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I offended the staff, but I really did not think they did a great job. And I hate it because they're so competent, very competent.
They are very competent. We're very proud of them. Anyone else? Okay. Is there a move to adjourn?
So moved.
We're adjourned.